Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video, and this week it's the first video of 2020, so I really wanted to do a very relaxed sketching / drawing video while just talking about like stuff that I'd like to do for this year and goals that I'm setting myself personally and stuff that you should really do for yourself. So last year with me and my work, we came in leaps and bounds. There's stuff that I managed to get done and stuff that I didn't manage to get done, and there's stuff that I'm really proud of. For example, last year I was able to do my first ever colouring book. I was so proud of this. I also released the Plumpkin comics series, which I was very happy about, little short comic series, as well as work on a few personal projects that I was very proud of. But there was still that one personal project that I was not able to finish in time or get my teeth sunk into or anything like that, and that's just down to bad time management, as well as sometimes life does get in the way of certain projects. Since last year, a lot has changed. I now dungeon master 2 campaigns, which is a lot of work for a person to take on. I draw all the maps, create all the characters, create the story, and it's a lot of work for a person to take on, but in all honesty, I've really enjoyed it because it means that I've been able to take this storytelling moment and enjoy people running around in the world that I create. D&D has practically changed a lot for me. It's made me meet new people, understand the story when I'm writing stories, plot hooks that can be gone and missed opportunities and places that my characters will take things that I never thought of before. For example, who would thought that a giant squirrel would end up in the woods? I'm watching you players, always. But one thing that always kept on coming back to me was Plant Witch. Now, over the last about 2 years on this channel, I've been drawing marine prickles, and I always just want to tell their story. I started their comic, and I never got back to it. And I've said to myself, since this is my year of changing, I really want to do a lot of changes this year. And one of my biggest changes is I do want to go full-time freelance. I've gotten to a point where I can see that profusely as my passion forever, and it is something I genuinely want to do. So my main goal for this year, and it's going to be the only target that I fully set for myself, is to become full-time freelance. We do a lot of challenges for ourselves and set a lot of targets in place for certain things to come and hold, and we must achieve this by a certain date, but I've been putting off things because I've been too scared to do them, and I just know that if I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. And I think it's about time that I took that risk, and I really want to do that. I know that it's going to be difficult, but I am really excited to start this. I have so many projects in the works that I could be spending all my time on, and I've not been able to, and mainly, well, I can't really blame just working. Also, my health has not been great, but I've been working on that, and I'm really proud of how far I'm getting on with it and things that are finally working in place. And it's such a huge thing. I'm finally at a place where I'm very happy with my work. It's taken a very long time for me to get there, but I'm at a place where I can look at my work, and each piece, even if it's not perfect, I'm proud of it. So I'm going to spend my first few months of this year working on my portfolio. And then when I've got my portfolio and everything up and going, I want to be freelance. I think that is an achievement I should set for this year. As well as that, I finally want to get Plant Witch done. I've been working on stuff behind the scenes that I can't show you yet because I want to keep it all a surprise. But I've been working on lots of different things and talking to a few friends, certain merchandises that we could work on. And there's a lot I really want to branch out into, but I think we need to launch Plant Witch first. I think that's the most important thing. It's going to be a difficult story to tell. I've written most of it, thumbnailed about 2/3 of it. But the Plant Witch story is one of those that's difficult to tell because it has no words. And that has been a challenge not only in storytelling, but comic writing as well. I've been looking through some excellent works to try and get to that point of you want to tell a story with pictures without having the words there. And it is something that I am very passionate about, and it's something that I really enjoy. The one thing I've really enjoyed about doing The Girl and Her Dragon throughout Huevember, both last year, the year before, and this year, is being able to tell a story without words. And thanks to those little drawings and playing around, I'm finally comfortable and at a place where I am very excited to start working properly on Plant Witch. So another goal I'm setting myself is I want to do minimum a comic page or 2 a week. I am setting that as my personal goal. If I can get 3 done, perfect. But I want a minimum of 2 pages done a week. This is just something that I think is completely achievable with my current goals that I have in place, as well as working on other projects. I also really want to launch another colouring book. I don't quite know on the theme, so maybe you guys can help me. I was thinking maybe a continuation on Plant Witch, or maybe we could do different types of witches. Or maybe we should do a tarot themed one. I don't know. Maybe that should be interesting. Let me know in the comments section down below. Another thing I really want to do is I absolutely adore some of my older work. I think some of the pieces I've done I'm very, very proud of, but they need an update. For example, a certain Zodiac witch definitely needs an update. And I would love to turn her and some of my other designs into tarot designs and maybe create a tarot set of prints that all go together. For example, I love the Sun and Moon print with the lovers. I just think it's absolutely adorable. I think it's cohesive, it fits. And I think if I was to do like Zodiac Witch, Moon Witch, Sun Witch, have them all within the Zodiac theme, the Zodiac card theme, tarot card theme, I would absolutely adore to do that. So let me know in the comment section down below if this is something that you are interested in. Setting goals for ourselves is absolutely wonderful, but also understanding that sometimes goals cannot be achieved, and that is okay. I'm sometimes very, very hard on myself when it comes to my work, and very hard on when I see how successful my friends are in their freelance gigs and how well they are doing with what they are doing. And it's sometimes very difficult to get yourself the motivation and the drive to work. But at the same time, I think to myself, like, I can do this if I just, it sounds like a Disney movie, I can do this if I just believe in myself. I do believe. But that's genuinely a thing that you need to keep saying to yourself. And this is the same to any single one of you. If there is a voice inside your head saying that you are not worth it, if your work isn't perfect, you'll never achieve anything, that voice is absolute and utter sausage and pancakes. And I'm saying that because I'm not allowed to swear on YouTube, even though I swear like a sailor. I honestly believe that you can do anything that you set your mind to. If you want to do anything, you can do it. The only limit is yourself. And I think this is something that we consistently put ourselves down with every single day, because I do this every single day. Sometimes my health can affect me. I have fibromyalgia, and some days are very, very difficult to draw. And I know that when those days are around, there are alternatives that I can do. So say, okay, if I can't draw today, let's do something else. Let's do something else that's still helpful. And it can be very difficult to get that drive. So I'm setting myself very, very strict timetables of what I want to do on each day, but also coming to understand that sometimes that some things do have to take a back seat and little things are a little bit more important than others. This is something that we all need to recognise, not just myself. Everyone needs to recognise their limits and understand how far you can go, because yes, you should totally push yourself with your work and totally push yourself to be the best person there ever is with your work, because hell yeah, you can do it. But at the same time, you've also got to understand your limits of, okay, I need to just take a step back. It's little things like taking time to play a game. I often feel very, very guilty for playing a video game, which I shouldn't do because it's relaxation time, but at the same time I feel extra guilty if there's work to be done, and then I'm sat there going, well, no, because you need that break away from your work. Literally, my timetable is I go to work, I come home, I work, I'll eat, I'll work, then I'll go to bed. Wake up, repeat. There is sometimes no little moment in between all that for 10 minutes just to relax and do things, and that can be very detrimental to yourself. And you've got to remember that yes, working is phenomenal and you should absolutely push yourself, but at the same time you also need to know where your limits lie. It's the same when it comes to painting and when it comes to drawing. You have to look at everything that you do and say, okay, how much can I push myself and how much can I limit myself with what I'm doing? And I know sometimes this stuff in this video is going to keep repeating itself. I do apologise for that. I'm literally just getting over this cold. I'm still very congested, and sometimes my brain ends up repeating things when I think it's very, very important. But I do genuinely think it's important that self-care is just as important as getting every little bit of work done. It's something as simple as taking a day to go and spend with friends or going out to watch a movie, which is something that we've started to do quite a bit lately. As well as taking that time to play Stardew Valley for 20 minutes. And don't get me started about Stardew Valley, I play that game far too much. I also got into Minecraft, which is a terrible thing for me to get into because I have this addictive personality with certain games, and Minecraft and Stardew Valley, and oh my gosh, when Animal Crossing comes out, I am going to be lost to the world. When the new Zelda game, oh my gosh, I love games. I love playing video games. I love reading, and sometimes I don't have time to do that, and that makes me very, very sad. But when I sit and play games now, instead of playing hours upon hours at a time, I will play just an hour. I'll limit myself to an hour, and that's a really good way of saying, okay, you've got this done, now have a reward, and then after you've done your reward, go and do X, Y, and Z. It's about having that life versus work balance, which is super duper important, and that is just as important as getting all that wonderful work done that's lay before you, as important as all those deadlines. Just taking an hour for yourself is very, very important. I think with this year, it's definitely my year for change. And I don't know about anyone else, and I don't know how everyone else feels, and I can't say what you can do and what you can't do. But I think this is the year that we lift ourselves up a bit more, and we start to believe in who we are. Now, I don't know anyone else's situation. I understand that everyone's circumstances are completely different, but you've got to believe in your work and who you are as an artist and what you can achieve as an artist. Every single person is different. Whether or not you're an illustrator, children's illustrator, cartoon, designer, concept artist, 3D modeler, whether or not you design architecture, whether or not you do music, whether or not you're acting, anything that creative that you dive yourself in, that you are passionate about, you are phenomenal And you have to remember that. There's so many times I get messages from people saying, I wish I could draw like you. And every single time I just want to reply, don't wish to draw like me, wish to draw like yourself. Because we each learn in very different ways. It's taken me a very long time to get to where I am. I've now been drawing since I was, 12 years old? Now I'm 28. This has been 16 years in the making. And did I wish that I had X, Y, and Z? Do I sometimes get, a little bit, a pang of like upsetness when, upsetness? That doesn't really make sense. Jealousy is probably the right word. When I do see a younger person who's so much more talented than me. No, I stopped feeling that way because it's amazing to see. Nothing gives me more pride than people being proud of their work and what they've managed to create, no matter their age. It doesn't really matter. Everyone's got different circumstances, and each and every single person who picks up a pencil and draws even a little bit, you're doing phenomenally, and that's what you need to say to yourself. Are these sketches perfect? Absolutely not. Are some of these a little bit derpy? Heck yeah. But I love them. I really do, because it's a journey with art and we're all along for the ride, and it's just how it takes you and where it leads you to. I know this may be a little bit different than setting goals from other videos, but I just wanted each and every single person that draws and enjoys drawing to feel proud of what they do, because I think it's so important for you to be proud of what you do. Enjoy just drawing, being creative and having fun. And let's hope we can get Marie and Prickles' story out this year, because I really want to see it. I want to see it in my hands all together. I just think it'd be so important. So, enough of my rambling, and let's have a look at the finalised sketches. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I really hope this motivates you for a very wonderful creative year, and let's see what this year brings and what we can achieve, because I'm excited to see what you all do. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day. See you next video, and as always folks, stay creative.